Look at these great trees that are easy to make for any season. These are obviously for fall because they've got those orange tones and reds and yellows and even a green tree that hasn't turned yet, but you could use white and silver. You could even make a holiday setting. So you can really make this work for any season that you want to decorate around your room. So what you'll need to get started are some different colors of tissue paper. You'll also want a styrofoam disc to use for the base. You'll need foam board, and some mixed media paper makes it really great too. You'll also want some branches that you're going to use, little twigs that you can use for the branches. Then you'll also need some brown cardstock and some pins to hold things in place while you glue. We'll need some craft glue, a glue stick, pinking shears, some regular scissors, and a pokey tool for using with styrofoam. So the first thing that you'll want to do is print out your patterns and cut them out of some heavier duty paper so that you can have an adult cut your pieces from foam board. Now there are two ways of doing this. You can layer your tissue onto foam board, or you can layer it onto some heavier paper and then glue that onto foam board that an adult has cut out for you. And that's the method that I'd recommend. So to get started, what you'll do is cut some pieces of tissue paper. And these are about 1/2 inch wide. So you're just going to use some scissors, and it doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but you want them to be about 1/2 inch, about all the same, so that you can make some stripes. All right, so what you'll do is spread your glue onto the surface of your paper, if you're using that paper method that I mentioned. And this is good because you can see where you already put your glue with the purple. And that's going to dry clear. So what I do is just spread it over a whole area and then get started layering your tissue. And you're just going to make some stripes. And it doesn't matter the order of your colors. Just want to make sure that your bottom edge covers over the previous stripe. So you're overlapping the edges there. And each one you can just tear here at the side, get rid of your extras. And you can just keep adding some stripes. And you want to create a whole striped area on your paper. And here's one that I already have finished, and this one is dry. So I'll just move this out of the way. And now what you'll do is, since I had a pre-cut tree here, what I'm going to do is glue this onto the back of my stripes. I'll just turn this over and take some glue here. Let's use our stick. We can just glue this right down onto the back. We'll position it like this. You can line it up with that bottom edge so that your stripes are pretty straight across. And now you're ready to just go ahead and let this dry, and then you can cut this out. So just leave a little bit of an overhang there so that it covers the sides of your foam. Now, we'll take these stripy pieces that are already dry, and these are glued directly onto the foam so you can see how that looks. Then you're going to take a branch and glue it right to the center of your tree. And the best way to do this is to just lay your glue along the center and then take the flattest part of your twig and press it into the glue. And you can kind of bend it a little bit there and press it into place with pins. There you go. You're just going to press these down. And of course, the glue will dry clear, and then you'll remove these pins when this is all dry. Okay, so I'm going to set this one aside. Really take some time, though, to get your pins in place so that it is held into the glue in several places. If it pops up a little bit, that's okay. All right, so we'll let this aside. And here's one that's already dry. I'm going to go ahead and remove my pins so that this is ready to glue into the base. Okay, so there's that one. Now, to prepare the base, what you'll do is take your foam disc and cover the edges with strips of brown paper. So cut a strip that's wide enough to cover the edge and add some glue around the sides of the disc. And now this is a heavier type of glue because that's really going to hold it in place on the foam. And while it dries, we'll just pin it into place to hold it there. So we'll do that on all the way around on the disc so that it looks like this. All right, so then we're going to cut out a piece of paper around the edge. You can see I already have it cut here with my pinking shears. It's just about 1/2 inch over the edges of the styrofoam. And then we're ready to glue. This is all glued down onto the surface with the craft glue. And then we're ready to glue our trees into the top of the base. Now this is where you want to think a little bit about the position of your trees. So just poke a hole using your pokey tool, press some glue down into the hole, and then press your tree in. And you'll do that for each of your trees until you have your finished piece.